everybody, it's Alyce-Kay again, and hopefully I'm scheduling this for the right day. This is still day 3. I've been thinking about this and I'm coming back in the afternoon, and I thought I'd work on my doodle while I talk. I'm not sure if I can do that, but we'll see. I'm not, like a prolific doodler or anything, so, don't look for fantastic things from me here, but I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I was thinking about throughout the day about this, and give an example of how God's teaching me to be patient with myself. So, and I'm going to be very transparent and vulnerable here, and hopefully nobody will think badly of me, because I think we all have areas like this, maybe not the same area that I do, but yeah, I'm just going to trust that you guys won't judge me and condemn me as I share this. So anyway, since my husband Bill died, I have not really cleaned my house. So for like 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, I didn't clean my house. And even when I got to the place where I really wanted to, I just couldn't get myself to. I made up little cards, breaking everything down into 15-minute segments, so that I could just, go and work on stuff, and, say just 15 or 20 minutes a day, and I could get my house cleaned up, right? I mean, that seems like that would make sense. But I couldn't get myself to do it. And I was getting kind of impatient with myself. And then I went out to my parents' place in New Mexico. I live in Tennessee, so it was a long trip. And my father was dying, and so I went to see him especially, and spend time with my mom and everything. And anyway, while I was there, one of the really difficult things in my life, I wouldn't say that it was resolved. Oh, a bird just hit my window. I wouldn't say that it was resolved, but I hadn't known what had happened in a particular thing. And this involves other people, so I'm not going to share details. But I found out, like why things had happened as they did. And even though it had a lot to do with me, it wasn't because of anything that I did. And anyway, so when I got home, I realized that things were really different, and that I was, at that point, ready to clean my house. And I still didn't really know why, but it occurred to me that Sunday that the reason I had been not cleaning my house wasn't because of Bill dying. It was because of this situation. And the situation had made me feel like, because I didn't know what happened, it had made me feel like I was afraid to be around people, because I didn't know what I had done to cause this other situation. Does that make sense? And since I didn't know what I had done, I was afraid that I would do something similar in with other people and mess up other relationships. And so I was just like really, really afraid to have relationships with people, and I was using my messy house as a buffer to keep people out. And I think it may have started out as grief, but I really think even at the beginning it probably was pretty much just a buffer to keep people away. I've always been very hospitable. I love to have people over. I'm not like a big group people, but I like to have 2 or 3 people over, or even like I'll sometimes have a large group of people over, but it's more to introduce people to each other and help them make new friends, and interact with each other and stuff. But I'll just interact with like 2 or 3 people at a time, not the whole big group. And to me, that's kind of how I have my relationships, is by individuals mainly. And I was really shutting people out that way. And I thought it was just part of the natural grieving process, which it is, I think, for some people. But for me, it was more a fear of people. And so having this thing resolved, oops, is this pen running out of ink? Having this thing resolved really made me not so afraid of people, and so I was able then to open myself up to relationships again. And so since then I've been working on cleaning my house, and a couple of friends have been helping me, which that's another thing. I had friends volunteer to help me, and I couldn't take them up on it, because I think deep down inside I didn't want my house to be clean, because I didn't want to have to show hospitality, I guess. Not that anybody would have forced me to, but I think that I would have, for me, that's just part of it, is showing hospitality, and I didn't want to. So I don't know, does that make sense? So yeah, so my point here is I was getting really upset at myself because I wasn't like following through on cleaning up, and it turned out to be something that I needed to be really, really patient with myself about, because there were things that needed to be worked out. So yeah, so anyway, so that's kind of an example of being patient with yourself that I just felt like God wanted me to share with you all. I'm not sure if somebody else is going through the same thing, or if that just is going to speak to somebody about some other area, going to help you, or maybe help you understand someone else or something. But I just felt like I should share that. So what am I doing here? I've got a sun, I've got some flowers growing, and I've got this little tiny plant here that's not growing as fast as the others, but the butterfly is here living on it. I mean, nobody would figure all this out, right? I'm just doing it for myself. The butterfly is there living on it, being patient with it and stuff. That was all that I could come up with for being patient. I'm not much of an artist. So yeah, so you just kind of have to use your imagination here, but I think it's also good that you see that I'm doing this even though I'm not much of an artist, and so you can do your own little doodles too, or you can just write something, or you could even leave that part blank. For me it's pretty important, because for me making something pretty to go with my journal is kind of important. And look at how, like, even though I'm not an artist, I'm not good at drawing things at all, it still adds something, So I would encourage you to try to see what you can do. You can even copy what I'm doing if you want. You saw how easy it is. You saw all the steps. You can pause and you can do it if you like what I've done. Like I said, it's not like super professional or anything, but you might enjoy it. And it's just, it's really relaxing. A lot of times I will doodle not to illustrate something, but to help me to think. So I'm just drawing lines and designs, and they don't illustrate anything, but I think it occupies part of my mind so that another part, I don't know if it's the right or the left side, so that the other part can, I'm going to just take all these out, so that the other part can focus more. So I'm able to think and to listen to the Holy Spirit when I have my hands and part of my mind occupied. I don't know if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me. That's what matters, right? Tell me if you relate to what I'm saying, or if I sound like I'm crazy. The other thing I wanted to say, because I'm sure that a lot of you draw better than I do, and even if you just draw as good as I do or not as good, if you want to share your doodles, I was thinking that would just be really fun. I would say find me on Facebook and friend me. I'll put my Facebook link below, and you can post it on my page, and then maybe I'll make a video showing all of those at Easter time or something. I think that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So that we can all see just, you know, the things that people have done to illustrate the things that they've learned and everything. See, I'm not really coloring in the lines here, you guys. Okay, so it says, God is patient with me. Be patient with myself and with others. Okay. I know that's not real exciting. I don't, gosh, my poor angel. I'm going to put her over here aside. I feel like I want some color on some other places here. So how about if I use the orange here at the beginning of this prayer? Lord. Okay, not for the whole thing, but just that. And maybe I will use some blue for day 3. Ooh, I used to go to a church named Day 3. It's kind of cool. Day 3. And then also, let's see, took time to process. And so I think what I'm going to highlight is, woman, why are you weeping? Because that's kind of the message here. I'm going to make it pink because it's woman and because I'm a woman. Okay, so that just adds some color. And oh, you know what? Let's just do this too. I don't really know why these boxes are here. Maybe you're supposed to check it off when you pray for it. But we are going to do, let's see, Roy G. Biv, okay? So Roy, that's red, pink, you know. And then Roy, so orange. And Roy, yellow. These are just the coolest pins, you guys. I love them. Do you see how it's kind of like jelly? It's kind of cool. And then G is green. And then Biv, we only have 2 left, so we're going to go blue and violet. Blue. I've used the blue a lot. It's kind of flat. And you can make them come out more as you use them. I really love these pens. They're supposed to be for highlighting my Bible, but I use them for coloring quite a bit. Okay, so see, doesn't that look pretty? I love it. Okay, so, and see, this is like kindergarten drawing. It's not anything really fantastic. Is it in the camera? I hope. Okay. So anyway, just showing you, just talking you through like some of the lesson that I've learned. And even if that's not the lesson that you were given, hopefully it will encourage you. All right, I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.